crafty friends, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working on a layout for my 6x12 album for Ali Edwards using the March Digitals Story by the Month kit. And I had these photos from when Joshua and I went to go visit my mother-in-law sometime last month, and I loved the cards and the themes in this kit. Also, I loved the colors. I am a sucker for anything bright, so I went ahead and I pulled out my 6x12 album, and I am working on the back side. I'll show you what this looks like. I'm working on the back side of this page. There is a video for this page if you haven't seen it. It was for Story Kit Crush, which is the challenge Crystal and I do every month, but I'm working on the back side of this. So I had this this 3x3 pocket page with the 3x3 squares, and I knew I wanted to print a large photo out of Joshua and his mom. And at one point my mother-in-law was ready to kill me. She was like, please stop taking pictures of me, because I was literally stalking her with the camera and just taking as many pictures of them as possible, because it's been so long since Joshua and I were able to go visit my mother-in-law with school and everything else. So it was really nice to just go and spend that time with her. So I have these cards, and then I have the cards from, sorry, I like drew a blank. I have the cards from the digital kit. So here is what I did. This is what I did in advance. I printed out a bunch of stuff in Photoshop. I like that the photos are nice and bright and airy, and they work out really well with the cards. Also, the sentiments in this kit is about the change of seasons, which is perfect for these photos because the snow was melting, and you could tell that spring was starting to come. The other thing I pulled out in advance was the home story stamp, because there are pictures of home and I wanted to use that. And then I have a few of, I still have the March Stories by the Month kit, which coordinate, I'll show you. I don't really need the cards, but I want the chipboard, which coordinate, like the colors in this coordinate really well. So I pulled out the chipboard and the green stickers. So here's what I have on my desk to get this page ready. So I started with this card, which was the All the Love card. I did do a few recoloring of things, so I'll tell you up front what I recolored. I recolored this because this was yellow and there was no yellow on my spread, and I didn't want to introduce any new colors, so I used the color picker from this to color all these flowers, to change these flowers from coral to yellow. And then this card was a mint green, so I used the color picker again from this to make this mint green, this lime green, just so there weren't any extra colors. So there's only three. This is not a three. There are only three colors on this spread: this teal, this coral, and this green. And I find it easier to work when there just aren't a bunch of extra colors on the page, because I didn't want to have to print my colors, print my photos of my family in black and white. So I just chose to stick to a limited color palette. I just really wanted to use this card that says there's something infinitely healing in the repeated refrains of nature, the assurance that dawn comes after night and spring comes after winter. I love that card so much. The other thing I did was, this was a digital stamp, so I just printed it on white paper and used a circle punch to punch it out, and I'm probably going to put that up on foam, so that is by itself. And now we're just going to get to work on embellishing. So there are a few things I know I want to do. I know I want to do some stamping in this corner. There is this piece that says Home Sweet Home, but it is almost the same color as the tile, not the tile, the wood flooring, so I think it might get lost, but I think it will work perfectly on that side. So I'm going to put it over there. Cleaning house and freshening up and feeling, all right, I like this. And this is this same blue, so I'm going to put this down there because I know I want to use it. And now I'm just going to do some stamping on the photo. So again, I'm using the Home Story stamp. This was from March 2018. You can get all of Ali's stamps as digitals if you missed out on them when the kits launched, if that's something you want to do. I love Ali story stamps. I love that they're prompt based. So I'm going to do something that is a little scary, because what I want to do is create a cluster of stamps. So I'm going to be stamping multiple times on this picture, and so it can go wrong at any time. And that is why it is scary, because it could go right up until the end, and then it'll go wrong, and then I'll be stuck because I've done all the stamping. But we are all about taking risks here. So, and I really want like I want the clustered stamping look, so I'm going to go for it. we'll see what happens. So I'm using my archival ink, which is my favorite ink for stamping on photos. And I'm using, probably need a bigger ink block. My fingers are falling off. I think my fingers are sweating because I'm freaking out. I'm using my Sizzix Stampers Companion, which I've been talking about since Stamp Week. It is my favorite. Okay, so that first stamp went down. It is my favorite thing for getting good stamping in general. I'm like having trouble talking because I'm slowly freaking out about this. It sounded like a good idea until I started it, and now that I'm starting it, I'm like, whew, I'm sweating, my hands are sweating. I just want this to work the way like I envisioned it. So I'm just using a bunch of stamps from this stamp set, and I'm going to create a cluster of stamping. So we're just going to keep putting some stamps down and see what happens. Okay, so second stamp is good. Whew, okay, so here's what it looks like so far. So I want to add a few different shapes. I do want to add the house right in the middle. No, I think I'm going to put the house on top, so I'm not going to use that one yet. Embracing this home. So we're gonna mix some typography. There's this one that says embracing this home in Allie's handwriting. There is, for some reason, orange glitter on my stamp. I have no idea where that even came from, but it is off. Okay, so just priming, and I'm priming all of my stamps on the back of my hand. It is just my favorite way to prime my stamp sets. Oh, that one felt like it moved a little bit, so hopefully... Okay, so that one did move a little bit, but it's not terrible. So I think that is okay. So my idea was to build the shape of a house with stamps. That is my idea. Okay, so this heart happy will fit right there. I could go with this Stories of Home. I'm gonna go with Stories of Home. Actually, let's see. Let's see, we're just gonna keep going. So I have this super tiny one that says, and here's a story about that. And I'm just gonna keep stamping until I get a rectangle. My goal is to get a rectangle of stamped images, and then I'm gonna put the house right on the top. So let's put that one. Okay, that worked out okay. And I need one more skinny one. So what else would work down here? Stories of Home. I did say I was gonna use that, and then I got distracted. Okay. So yeah, so the March Digitals Story by the Month kit, it's already available in the shop if you want to purchase it. It comes with the cards that you see me use here. It also comes with a digital stamp set and then digital chipboard. I tend to not use the digital shapes because I'm lazy. There's nothing wrong with the shapes. It's literally because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to hand cut out like the shapes when you print it. You can print it directly on your photos. So that is a way you can use it. I just choose to stick to the digital stamps and to the cards. That is my favorite way of using the digitals, just because, okay, that worked out so well. Oh, I love that so much. Just because I'm a hybrid scrapbooker. So I like to just do my journaling on Photoshop before I print things out. I don't like my handwriting. I don't. I do it when I have to. But if I can print my stuff in advance, that's just my preferred method for getting words down. So you see I did all my journaling on my computer. Like I typed it all out before I turned on the camera just to make sure I had all my pieces. I do like to, what was I saying? So with the digitals, I do like to use the stamps as journaling prompts or to add stamping to a photo. I didn't do that for this one. I thought about adding a digital stamp to this one, but I just chose to pull out my home stamp and do physical stamping. But that was one of the things I thought about doing, was adding digital stamps down here the same way I added the actual physical stamps. Okay. Just trying to make sure that this is going to fit. And then we're going to put it in our pocket. So there aren't any page protectors that are a 6x8 and then 4x6. So if anybody who designs 6x12 page protectors is watching this, I would love a 6x8 pocket and then a a 4x6, but since there aren't, we are making one. So I just have a 6x12 piece of cardstock right here. I'm sticking my photo down onto it, and then I'm just going to add my journaling right up top. Super simple. And now I have, this is not straight at all. What did I do here? I didn't stick this down straight at all. We'll see how bad that looks once it's in the pocket. It actually doesn't look terrible, so I'm gonna leave it. And then I'm gonna pull out one of these green stickers and put one of these. So which one? I like this right now. So we're gonna put one of these on this side, which means we're gonna put some on the other side. Now this green is not the same green as that lime green, but it doesn't bother me that it's super different. Not as much as the mint green would have bothered me. Okay, good. So I have my sticker. We're gonna put this in the pocket, and this side of the page, this side of the project is done. That's it. We're done with this. So we're just gonna quickly slide this into the pocket so it's contained, and then work on this side. So I have chipboard here. I have my chipboard here. Let's see if I can find another one of these sentiments that work here. So I like happiness, sunshine, and together. Okay, so I'm gonna go with happiness, sunshine, and together. So the first thing I'm gonna do is pop this chipboard in on this 3x3. And it's really easy to resize this stuff just because the journaling cards are already 3x4. So there's not much work it takes to, you don't have to do much work to resize it to make it 3x3. Like if you just printed it the same size it was, all you have to do is like lop an inch off of it and then you have a 3x3. Like it's that simple. Okay. So I added those green stickers. That one does not look straight. Let's see. Okay, it is pretty close to straight. So I added those green stickers. And now we're just gonna figure out what other embellishing we're going to do for the rest of this page. Oh, I did say I was gonna pop this up on foam, so I'm gonna do that right now before I forget, because then that card will be finished as well. I'm just using some foam adhesive from scrapbook.com to do this. And my printer screwed up the printing on this a little bit. Not enough for me to reprint it because I would have to use a whole sheet of paper to print that over. But it did screw up the printing a little bit, so it's kind of yellow at the top. I'm not sure why it did that, but it happens. It happens. And I think, what else do I want to do here? We are just about done. I'm not sure what my cats have. Sorry if you can hear that. Okay, I think we're just about done here. I'm just looking at this to figure out if there's anything else I want to add. Could add another chipboard right here. I like this blue one that says bloom. Also because there's blue on this side and there's very little blue on this side. So I'm introducing, I'm repeating the colors. So I have that. And then I kind of want to put one more of those green stickers right up here. So I kind of like this one that says time marches on. So the story that I was telling, I said this, or I think I said this already, but the story that I was telling is about spring arriving at the house in Fort Anne, which is where my in-laws live. So I have a bunch of pictures of like the greenery blooming, a picture of, I really liked this picture of Joshua and his mom, because I took it from far away. So it's like through the doorway into the living room so you can just see them. And then I took pictures all around the house. I actually have a few more plant pictures. My mother-in-law is a crazy plant mom. She is amazing at it. I am not. I'm terrible. So I have a few pictures of plants that are blooming. So for the journaling, I wrote, wow, am I so ready for this change, for the snow to melt, and for the grass to grow, and for the flowers to bloom, and for spring to find us from the inside out. Love all the color that is right around the corner. And then for this one that says all the love right now, I wrote about the relationship between my mother-in-law and my husband. So I wrote, I love watching the relationship between Joshua and his mother, and it has been quite some time since we've all had time to be together and to be in the same space. I love hearing the way they speak to each other, hearing the inside jokes that I don't get, hearing the love in their voices, hearing them laugh, hearing them bond over shared experiences. I love the house on State Route 149. Love the big house David built with his bare hands. Love climbing the stairs and looking out of the windows. Love sitting on the deck. Love the fires in the pit. Love the swings on the backside of the house. I love seeing all the way spring has come for Fort Anne. Love seeing the snow melt and the grass pop out from underneath the frost. Love seeing the blooms come up and find space. Love seeing the bluebird eggs in the birdhouse. Love seeing the dawn light through the kitchen window. So much love for this place and these people. And that is pretty much my spread for the March Stories by the Month kit. I love these colors. I love how bright and vibrant they are. I love how well they work with the story that I was telling. It was really easy to just pull out a stamp set from my stash to embellish this photo. And then I mix and match stuff from the digital kit with the physical, and all the colors just kind of go together. So if you haven't picked this kit up already and you are on the fence, I highly recommend going to Allie's shop and grabbing it if you are a digital scrapper. It is really easy. Even if the colors are not your cup of tea, it is really easy to recolor digital elements to make them work. Like if you're not a fan of this bright lime, you can make it whatever color you want to match your photo. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Let me know if you're going to be grabbing any of the digitals and what you plan on doing with them, and let me know how you feel about this page. So till next time, please keep it crafty and have the best day, and I will see you around. Bye!